Welcome back, folks. With me, Phil Terrell. You're watching part 2 of the Sonic CD Let's Play. So, Tidal Tempest. Tidal Tempest is actually one of my favorite zones in Sonic CD, just purely because of the music. I don't really like water levels, but I have to say that the music in Sonic CD just makes it, gives it an automatic passing grade. I like both the US and the Japanese soundtracks in here. But anyways, enough of that. So you can actually get through Tidal Tempest really quickly if you stay on the top, because you don't really have to spend very much time, if at all, in the water if you stay towards the top of the level, which is a very different from, say, Labyrinth Zone. We didn't really have that option with Labyrinth Zone, but the Tidal Tempest and future water levels, there's generally an upper path to stay out of the water. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to go into the past right here, and I'm kind of glad that pillar stopped me right there before I started losing my past signpost ability on the bottom left. So keep on going, keep going. We're gonna time travel right here, and then we're gonna go into a cavernous version of Tidal Tempest, where before it's kind of like a room, but now it's just a cavern. And one thing to note about the the US and the Japanese soundtracks is that they both, for some reason, have the same past music. I don't really know the reason for that, but that's kind of interesting. So we all got to listen to some of the Japanese soundtrack as well in the past tracks. But we just destroyed the Metal Sonic hologram projector there, so the fishies are going to get to play and have fun because they're no longer afraid of Metal Sonic's presence. So make sure you get some air bubbles, because air bubbles will keep you alive underneath the water. And then the roboticizer slash teleporter is going to be towards this water pipe system. So just keep going to the right here. When you see these rings jump up, you'll go into this pipe system, and it'll be right here. So we just gotta get right there. But luckily the pipe will shoot us out right next to it. So all we gotta do is jump there and then just take it out, and boom. We've created a good feature in Act 1 of Tidal Tempest, so that's pretty awesome. So then just avoid anything else. If you want to go in the future, you can, but the exit is right here. Just go. We're going to jump into the ring, and then that will be the end of Act 1 of Tidal Tempest. And then when we get to Act 2, it'll be the Japanese soundtrack. So, pretty awesome level. I really do like Tidal Tempest quite a lot, music-wise anyways. So now we're going to be into a futuristic city special zone type. Trying to think, maybe that's Midgar from Final Fantasy VII. So the levels here now, they're going to be a lot more not quicker, but there'll be a lot more spaces where you're pretty hard pressed to find solid ground when you jump. And then another thing too is that the UFO balloons, they're going to be in very inconvenient spaces, i.e. a lot of them are going to be over water, and they're going to be over water a significant amount of time. And I don't know why I didn't touch the water there, but hey, I'm not complaining. So here we're going to try to take out this blue UFO. I'm going to use the bumpers to kind of stall me out, so that way I get an idea of where that balloon's going. Balloon, UFO, balloon, whatever. So right here, again, just be careful of the water, which I am currently not. And then we're going to get our teal colored gusher. I don't know what that would be flavor wise. Let's say it's ocean water, like from Sonic. Sonic fast food. Anyways, I digress. We're going to go ahead and get that time stone. We need 2 more. And so we're going to be in Act 2 of Tidal Tempest. And the Japanese soundtrack is quite atmospheric. I really love this version of track 2. But so Tidal Tempest Act 2, the Metal Sonic projector is underneath the water, but the roboticizer is actually above water. So you have to make a trip under and then out of the water, which I imagine a lot of people are not going to complain about being out of the water. But the Metal Sonic one is this pathway I'm going. And then just be careful, don't get hit by the Torpedo Ted look-alike. The crawfish are actually going to be the more dangerous enemies. The flies are just annoying because they'll generally be in an open right above the water, like right here. I'm just gonna be a miracle I did not hit the fly right there. And then we're gonna go into the past up here. Super easy way to go in the past. Just take out this fly, jump into this hole in the wall on the right. There's a pass sign, and just jump in between the springs here, and then you'll be rocketed into the past. And we're gonna go under the water. So let's go. Whoa! So go this way. We're gonna actually continue this way a little bit. Go down this way, and then when we go in this water, the metal sonic projector should be right there. Awesome. We freed all the ocean critters. So now we're gonna go, and we're gonna have to get back up. And that pathway to the left is only going to lead to some monitors, and those monitors are just going to be rings, so that's awesome. But I'll get 20 right here, which means I get a little bit of an extra life. Actually, no, I think this way leads out too. The only thing is there's a fly right there, so make sure you don't hit that fly. Kind of hard to see it. And continue right here, and there'll be a slope. Just slide down it, and then a roll down it, and you'll take out that roboticizer. And we're done now. All you gotta do is just finish the level. And we'll finish this in less than 2 minutes. So pretty awesome. And then we'll get the 6th time stone right here. So that'd be even cooler. So cool. Dun dun. And this one's a little bit of an acid trip. I think this is the acid trip one. Yep. This is the one I hate 6 and 7 because of how much the UFOs spin above the water and how inconvenient the patterns are. I think this one is the one I fell at, I think. So, like right there. Yeah, this is the one I fell at because I literally just jump in the water. And I spent like half my time just being in the water. So, we're going to watch me fail because I'm going to own up to my failure. But, just to let you know, this is where the UFOs just have a super awkward pattern. They move super quick. And then the layout of the middle section does not help either with that because a lot of it's underwater, not underwater, but a lot of it has water around it. So if you're not careful like I was, you're going to lose all your time due to water, and even then, you know, not a fun time. So I'll go ahead and spin a coin. I think I actually spin 2, so I had 42 right there, and I think when we come back I'll have 40. But I'm try it again. This time we're gonna get it. Miss that one. So just be very careful. Just make sure you're very observant what's in front of you before you jump, and don't spend too much time on one UFO. Come back to it later, and then if you have enough time, then you can run into the water as a last ditch to get it. But right there, that's 3. It should be 4, and then this will be 5, and this will make me go super fast. And at this point, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, as long as I hit that, it doesn't matter if I'm in the water or not. So that's what I'm going to do. Whoop. And I beat it in less than 50 seconds on the timer. And we get the grape gusher. Yum. And so with that, I think we'll actually get a ring. We'll get a coin bonus. I think we'll get 3 coins right here. I think. Yeah. Oh no, we get 1. So I should have 41 coins because I spent 2 of them in there. Yep. Okay. Now the future of Tidal Tempest. It's kind of like I want to say it's like a botanical garden. That's what it looks like to me, or a greenhouse of sorts, or hydroponics lab. I'm not sure, but anyways, it's really cool. I really love the design. But Robotnik here, what you want to do is you want to hit him a few times, and his little bike will explode, and then the pathways in this area will open up, and then you'll be able to continue chase him, and then you can get to the real boss fight. So we're already blown up his bike. He'll open up this pathway here. Just follow him. Just follow him around. He'll go into some water right here. And then what you want to be aware of is his boss fight. All you gotta do is really hit him once and he's gone. But the trick is he's gonna have this bubble shield around here. And we're under a timer because we could drown, but because they're bubbles, we won't have to worry about that. Now as he dives down or he gets towards the middle, he will charge up his little lasers and he will shoot them at us in 4 directions. So just jump over it. This boss fight's not hard at all, but I am going to get hit like a dummy. So just make sure you hit all these bubbles. Hit them a few times, but then when it gets towards the middle, back off and then let those lasers do their thing. And like I said, don't be a dummy like me and get hit. If you take out all of his bubbles, he will form a new bubble shield, and you gotta do this all over again. So when it gets to like 5 or 3, that's when I make sure he dives down. That way, you know, I can hit him and then we can end the boss fight. And so now we'll go into Quartz Quadrant, which is actually my favorite zone aesthetically. And also I love the soundtrack as well, of course. But Quartz Quadrant, amazing level. And the US soundtrack is actually particularly my favorite in Quartz Quadrant. So we're going to jump up here to the top of Quartz Quadrant. This will allow us to go into the past as quickly as possible. There'll be quite a few enemy types here if you decide to explore the level. There'll be caterpillars with spikes and without. There'll be scorpion bots with lasers on their tails. And then there'll be snails that will protrude and detract their spikes. But do what I did right there so you can go into the past. And then we will locate the metal sonic projector and the roboticizer here. And if my recording had gone perfectly, that would be the last time we'd have to destroy a roboticizer. But alas, let's play problems occurred in the recording of this. So go up here, destroy the roboticizer. Then we're going to go down to the path here and we're going to follow it across and we'll get to the metal sonic projector. But yeah, I had some issues with recording Quartz Quadrant and Wacky Workbench where the audio was desyncing from the video, so I had to re-record the parts, which meant I had to speed run through Palm Tree Panic, Collision Chaos, Tidal Tempest, and then the first act of Quartz Quadrant, which I didn't get any of the time zones. I was just rushing through it, collecting good features, that way I can get to Quartz Quadrant as quickly as possible. So if you notice that there's some discrepancies between my score, my coins, and the giant ring at the end of Quartz Quadrant 2 and Wacky Workbench 1 and 2, that is why. So we're going to continue on here. We're going to finish the level. We get a different background here, and then we are going to finish the level. Jump into the giant ring here, and this will be our 7th time stone. This is the end of where my audio was still synced to my video. So we're going to go after our 7th time stone, and I will say the water very much gives me Phantasy Star 2 vibes, which interesting RPG, but something I probably won't ever go back and play again. It's just I just do not enjoy Phantasy Star 2 that much. So we're going to go ahead and finish this little battle for the time stones. So we're going to get really close to messing this up because I jump into the water and I spend quite a bit of time in there. But see right here, not doing myself any favors. I will get the blue UFO with the red trim, which buys me some time, but I do succeed in doing this in one try. But as you see here, I'm not really doing myself any favors, but as you can see, the UFOs, some of them spend quite a bit of time in awkward patterns and then over water, and it's not the best of special stages for me. But I already got the blue UFO in my sights. I want to take it out, spend some time in the water. These two UFOs on the right, I don't like. They give me way too much trouble. But if you can get yourself into a corner like here that you can safely bounce around in to see where they're going, it kind of helps a little bit. We're going to take out the blue UFO here, and now I'm going to go back and get the other UFO that gives me some time. Destroy that, and we're going to take out the last UFO right here. I'll miss it once. I think I'll miss it one more time, and then we'll smash into it, and then we'll get our final time stone, which is the blood red time stone, which I'm going to dub the cherry gusher. Maybe it's black cherry. I don't know. Anyways, I'm sure it's delicious. But we got all the time stones now. Since we have all the time stones, we have guaranteed ourselves a awesome good ending of the game. We no longer have to destroy all the roboticizers unless you have audio and video desyncing issues like I did. So I'll have to destroy the roboticizers in here, and I'll also have to destroy them in Wacky Workbench. So at least you'll know where those roboticizers are if you didn't get all the time stones yet. So we're going to go into the past this way, roll down, and then just get sent to the past right over here. And then the metal sonic projector is actually at the very beginning of the level, like where you started on the second from the top tier. So actually this tier right here, no, not this one, sorry. One more below. And thank goodness I had invincibility frames there, or else I would have ran into those spikes. Hurt myself again. So go all the way here to the right, take it out. That's the end of Metal Sonic's projector right there. And then we're going to go and take out the roboticizer. And then at least y'all will know where the roboticizer is here. It's actually going to be, nah, it's not here. It's the next one, where you get launched upwards through a conveyor belt. So continue on here. And I guess I'll talk a little bit about Quartz Quadrant and the level itself, what it looks like. So in the past, it's kind of like a woody area that has a lot of earthy tones because it's no one's disrupted it yet. And in the present, it's already a mining operation. What I imagine they're mining quartz in this quadrant. And in the future, it's like a futuristic mining city that could be beautiful and new, or it could be broken down and ugly in Quartz Quadrant. Bad future. But with that, we finish. I'm gonna ignore that gold ring because at this point I know in the good video, I say good video like it's a good future. In the good future, future refill array had the future pass fill had gotten the all the time stones. Oh goodness, that's gonna be confusing for future fill. But in exchange for getting a good future, Sonic gets his face plastered all over Quartz Quadrant. He's like, yeah, I did that. So Quartz Quadrant's boss with Robotnik, it's a bit of an interesting one because you're not going to hurt him directly per se. You're going to indirectly hurt him, which that seems to be the common theme for some of the boss fights. They're very unusual in the way that you fight Robotnik in this game. But this one I particularly do like because it's very thought. You got to think about how you're actually defeating him. So smack him once, that's the only time you're going to hit him. He'll drop down to the conveyor belt, and as you can see there, the bottom of his platform is getting grinded off. It's melting, whatever you want to call it. And we want to destroy the platform he's on while avoiding the spikes on the left and avoiding the little bomb dropper here on top. So if you do what I'm doing, you let go of Sonic's speed, just lightly let go of the control, and jump over the bomb to where you land in the middle. If you time it right, you can do this without losing too much speed, and you can bring the boss fight down that much quicker. But once you get to the very bottom layer of Robotnik's platform, he's like, ah, it's hot, it's hot, ah, it's hot, Sonic, what are you doing? Ah! And after that, the platform will be destroyed, and we can go into the next level, Wacky Workbench. I hate Wacky Workbench, but that'll be the end for this part, folks. I'll see you in the next one. You take care, later, and bye. Freaking hate Wacky Workbench.